Welcome to the official Tottenham Hotspur end-of-season review for 2002-2003, a year where we've seen several new faces, some famous old faces, many wonderful goals, and fond farewells to a few fans' favourites. The season kicked off back in August at Goodison Park, where we picked up our first point of the campaign in a rollercoaster ride against Everton. Jamie Redknapp made his long-awaited debut 4 months after signing on a free transfer from Liverpool, while our 36-year-old skipper Teddy Sheringham went head-to-head with a man 20 years his junior. At 16, Wayne Rooney became the Premier League's youngest ever player. Daniel Wing picked up the action.
Sirico goes over to cover. There's Rooney in the middle. Oh, Pembridge is unmarked. He's found him. 1-0. Oh, Pembridge was unmarked. He was spotted by Wayne Rooney. And Pembridge gives Everton the lead. That's given away. There's Rooney in the middle. There's a second attempt. Has a look up. A fine save by Keller. What a good effort there by youngster Wayne Rooney. Davis. Still Davis. Well, there's Etherington, he's in space. And that's the equaliser. And Matthew Etherington opens the account for Tottenham this season. From a tight angle, but he found the gap. Everson finds Ferdinand, has a go. Oh, it's gone under the keeper, Les Ferdinand. Tottenham ahead. Well, he fancied his chance at Les Ferdinand, and he found the goal. Thatcher couldn't get it clear. Chance for Radzinski. Has a look up, he goes in alone, and it's 2-2. Well, with 10 minutes remaining, Radzinski brings Everton back into the game.
Overall, after being 1-0 down at Goodison, first half, to come out with a point is probably a good result for us because it's a difficult place to play.
Home fans didn't have to wait long for our first win of the season. It came courtesy of a first league goal for Jamie Redknapp against Aston Villa, for whom Mark Kinsella made his debut after signing from our London rivals Charlton earlier that week.
Spurs still defending. Headed away by Davis. Good effort. Not a million miles away. He's at the far post. Fine reaction save there by Casey Keller. Simovic will take the free kick. Kills it in. Oh, good save there by Enkelman. It's not fully clear. There's Redknapp. Yes, 1-0. Jamie Redknapp gives Tottenham the lead on 26 minutes. Villa couldn't get the ball clear fully. It broke to Redknapp on the edge of the area. And as he did against Lazio pre-season, he bangs it in. Good ball out to the left. It's a fine ball to the box as well. Fine save also from Casey Keller. The question marks over Tottenham's defending.
It was nice to get off to a winning start first and foremost today, but to score the winning goal was also special. It was a tough game today. I thought Villa played very well and we held on, which was great.
Victory against Charlton at the Valley gave us our best ever Premier League start. 7 out of 9 points from our first 3 games. Even the start to that wonderful Jurgen Klinsmann-inspired 1994-95 season wasn't as good as this.
Shot from the corner. Richards is up. Ziege takes it, and it comes. Oh, it's pressure on the goalkeeper. Charles can't get it clear. Ziege has it again. Great ball inside to Davis. That's well worked. Davis gets it back. And that's the lead. Simon Davis. Excellent finish at the near post. Lovely build-up play involving Sheringham. Nice 1-2. Davis made no mistake. Spurs ahead. One ball forward. Spurs struggling to get it away. It's a fine effort and well held by Keller. Kishishev called it well. Keller held it well too. Nice build up again. That's a fine ball by Sheringham. Davis is through. And that's got to be a penalty. But no, says the referee. There's a lovely ball by Sheringham, split the defence open. Chirico's lost out. Good save again by Keller. What form he's in early on. Move it on. Still not clear. There's Etherington, chance for 2. Just over.
And just when you thought things couldn't get any better, they did. We signed Robbie Keane from Leeds for £7 million on deadline day, and he was unveiled to his adoring public before the match against Glenn Hoddle's former club, Southampton. Robbie wasn't available for the game, which would see us go top of the table with a win, but he was a keen observer from the director's box. No doubt he liked what he saw.
Good run by Etherington, and a good ball in as well. Not clear. Well held by Jones. Good effort there by Simovic. Simovic with the corner. They're showing him at the far post, and there's Ferdinand! It's gone in, Les Ferdinand! Scores his 2nd of the season. Good header back by Sheringham, which found Ferdinand. It's well played there, it's a nice touch as well. Chirico's there. Oh, he's put it in at the far post. Well under pressure there from BT. Mauricio Chirico just couldn't guide it past the post. And unfortunately, that's the equaliser. Headed clear. Not far enough. Fine effort. Keller gets his hand to it to push it past the post. It's a good ball across. Davis. There's Everson. Oh, it's hit the post. Shout for handball. Surely. Yes, he's given it. Wow. Action-packed dying moments here. First Everson hit the post. And Svensson blocked it with his hand. And he's seen red. So it's Sheringham against Jones. This to put Spurs top of the table. done it! Teddy Sheringham put Spurs top of the Premiership.
Roy Rayland, Tottenham Hotspur kit manager, known as Roysy to everybody. This is our new Kappa kit. It's the new stretchy material. All the boys are quite into it. It's a tight fitting shirt, so therefore, like when they play, anybody pulls a shirt, it can be seen, so the referee will pick it up, in theory. When Ray Clements played, he used to get in extremely early, probably half an hour before any other players. He would strip down, put on just his slip, which you would wear under your shorts, and he would walk around in that until 2 or 3 minutes prior to him going out for a warm-up. The other one was Gary Mabbott. When he put his shin pads on, he would turn each shin pad round 5 or 6 times prior to putting it on his leg. And I asked him about it one day, and he said he didn't realise he was doing it. The players have 3 or 4 pair of boots each, but one story that springs to mind was when Paul Gascoigne played at this club. He went out for a warm-up one day and come in, and when he came in, all he had was just his shorts. And I said, Gazza, where's all your gear? And it was like minutes before kick-off. And he said, I've given to a little disabled girl outside. He said, I fell in love with her on the way in. So I said, but you give her what? He said, everything. My boots, everything. So 2 minutes before kick-off, I'm scratching around trying to find a pair of boots for Gazza to play in. The funniest story here was when Paul Walsh was substitute one day. And he went out without his shirt. So I stuck the shirt up my shirt, and Terry Venables called him on to go in a sub. And me, knowing that he didn't have his shirt, as he's whipped his sweater off, he's run onto the pitch, and the referee's pulled him back and said, no, no, no. And I'm standing behind with his Met shirt like this. Walshy was embarrassed. We're finished now. What are we doing? We're finished. Go on. No more. Finish. Get out. I'm a busy man, me. I can't spend all day with you two. I've done my bit.
Unfortunately, our unbeaten run came to an abrupt end in a strange match at Loftus Road at the beginning of September. Dean Richards headed us in front in the 35th minute, and we looked in complete control when Teddy Sheringham made it 2-0 on the stroke of half-time. But Fulham hit back after the break. Japanese international Junichi Inamoto struck the first from 25 yards. Anthony Gardner was adjudged to have brought down Barry Hales in the area, and Steve Malbronk equalised from the spot. And in stoppage time, Fulham delivered the killer blow when Sylvain Legwinski's late winner knocked us off the top of the table. Despite that loss, we picked up 10 points from our first 5 games, and Glenn Hoddle was named Manager of the Month for August, ahead of our home game against West Ham. It was a game that also marked Robbie Keane's long-awaited debut, and he didn't disappoint the capacity crowd hoping for victory against the Hammers, who were rock bottom of the table and still looking for their first win of the season. Dean Richards was out with a shoulder strain, but Jamie Redknapp started in midfield, with Keane partnering Teddy Sheringham up front. West Ham made 3 changes following their home defeat by West Brom. Victory would be a real boost after the disappointment at Fulham and lift us back into second place. Commentary comes from Ian Dunn.
Daly, not the greatest bit of work by him. Robbie Keane! Oh! They nearly set him up, and West Ham, signs there of their jittery confidence. Oh, Keane was nearly in. Now then, Lomas winning the ball off Perry. Back in by Canute, not really away by Gardner! And Joe Cole with a real opportunity. Bad defending here a couple of times by Tottenham. First, Perry didn't make the clearance. Lomas feeds it wide. Di Canio plays it in. Look at that from Gardner. That's a great chance for Joe Cole. Bit of head tennis. Ben Thatcher. Keane, nicely done down that left-hand side. Etherington, and a great chance for Tottenham, and a goal! It's Simon Davis, who was unmarked, totally unmarked. And the goal we thought would never come has arrived, and it's arrived for Tottenham. It's the two ex-Peterborough boys, the two mates who make it. Etherington setting up Simon Davis. Good ball from Robbie Keane too in the build-up. But who was marking Davis? I haven't seen a lot of Sinclair yet. West Ham need more from these flair players that they have in the side. Cole, Di Canio, Sinclair. Corner, a lot of West Ham players in there. Doherty, great header away from him. A lot of distance on it. Di Canio back into the mix once more. Daly! And a goal for West Ham. Freddie Canute with the finishing touch. West Ham United level. Look at the climb here by Christian Daly. He wanted that ball. First to react, Freddie Canute. The Hammers are happy again. There's a new spring in West Ham United's step since the goal went in. Bunjevcevic, lovely ball through to him. Oh, Robbie Keane, brilliantly done! Was he penalised there? Was he brought down? Yes, he was! It's going to be a penalty kick. And a red card for Ian Pearce as well. Look at that. And Pearce had to take him down, and that has been declared a professional foul. But he scored. Nerveless. Teddy Sheringham. Tottenham 2-1 up. Wonderful penalty. Cisse brought down. 2-1 to Tottenham, who are 14 minutes away from going back into second place behind Arsenal. Di Canio, oh, and there was Sinclair! They're level again! Trevor Sinclair with the shock equaliser. Look at the way Sinclair moved in there onto the end of the Di Canio free kick. He picked him out brilliantly. That was a really good goal by West Ham United. Gary Doherty. Now Christian Ziege. Anthony Gardner. Being invited to come forward. Maybe he'll crack it. Took a deflection and it's in! Gardner's goal! And Tottenham ahead with 2 minutes to go. West Ham backed off and backed off. Oh, it came off Gary Breen on the way through. Hit his heel. And that is so unkind for West Ham United.
So back on track, but a trip to Old Trafford is never easy, even against a Manchester United side who'd made their worst domestic start in a decade. Meetings between the two sides usually produce many goals, but this time both goalkeepers were in superb form.
Oh, Solskjaer, nobody marking him, and Solskjaer can't take his chance. He goes for it, oh, and Keller saw it late. He's in unbeatable form, but this is one of the games of his life.
Who knows what might have happened if Dean Richards had been able to take this close-range chance. Despite a good performance, we left empty-handed when Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was brought down by Gary Doherty in the 63rd minute, and Ruud van Nistelrooy scored from the spot. Back at White Hart Lane, we faced Middlesbrough in a game Glenn Hoddle later described as the worst display since he returned as manager. It was easy to see why. October saw the return of Stefan Freund from injury and the start of what we hoped would be a long and successful cup run. After the disappointment of the Worthington Cup final loss in Cardiff the previous season, we kicked off against Cardiff this time around. Teddy Sheringham scored the only goal of the game in the 30th minute to take us through to a fourth round tie with First Division Burnley. But our Worthington Cup run ended before it had really started when we lost by 2-1 at Turf Moor. So our thoughts turned back to the Premiership, where hopes were lifted at Ewood Park. 3 points against Blackburn Rovers would be sweet revenge for that Worthington Cup final defeat 8 months earlier.
It's Keane. Oh, it's still Robbie Keane. Yes, Robbie Keane's opened his account. And what a fine way to do it. And once he got the ball, they just couldn't get it off him. And he celebrated with that somersault. Touch. Ball by Duff inside. Killer does well. Chirico clears. Well worked. As well to get past Richards and to deliver the cross. Headed across goal, Andrew Cole. Oh, the offside flag's up. Cole asked the question. Spurs defending deep. Well, that's a good touch. There's Ostenstad, and that's the equaliser. Spurs set back. One through ball by Guy. Ostenstad just chipped it over Keller. Nice header inside there by Sheringham. There's Keane. Fine save by Friedel. Ball. There's Everson. There's Redknapp. Oh, it's a fluke, but it's in. Well, Jamie Redknapp in the 90th minute surely will give Tottenham all 3 points.
In mid-October, we welcome the return of Jurgen Klinsmann for the first time since he left the club in 1998.
Jurgen was a terrific player, fantastic player, and did great for the club. And I'm sure supporters would love to see him back. It's a wonderful idea, and Jurgen back at Spurs, teaming up with a few old teammates, it would be a great sight.
He came as a World Cup winner and nobody knew what to expect, and his enthusiasm rubbed off on everybody, and he was a joy to work with, and probably one of the best partnerships I've had, so it's nice to see him back.
it's a special thing, you know, coming back to White Hart Lane, even if it's just for a little exhibition game and a benefit game. But I had some very special moments at Tottenham, and even if it's just for a 2 days period, you enjoy every second of it.
Well, Jurgen joined a host of Spurs legends in a charity match against DC United to raise money for former players who'd fallen on hard times. A great night was had by fans and players alike.
The fans welcomed me in an incredible way when I came over my first time. I mean, it was very unusual that a German joined the Premier League, and then the story about the diver stuff, and then just, you know, how things turned around, and I played my best season ever because I felt at home, I felt happy, and I had a smile on my face, and had a wonderful time. And only if you have a good time, you really play the best of football, and that's what happened to me at White Hart Lane.
Back to the Premiership, where Stephen Carr returned for the first time since limping off on the opening day of the season. A win at home to Bolton would take us up to third in the table.
Good ball by Campo. It's a fine chip forward, there's Ricketts! Just past the post. There's Redknapp. Oh, how close was that from Jamie Redknapp? Jääskeläinen was beaten. So was the post. Sheringham. It's a nice ball. Bunjevcevic goes forward. Good ball across goal. There's Davis. There's Keane! Robbie Keane gives Tottenham the lead. Well, he scored his first last time out against Blackburn. It's an excellent ball by Bunjevcevic. It's Gardner. Carr goes over. Oh, he's through. There's Djorkaeff. Oh, it's the equaliser. Well, you can't give Yuri Djorkaeff at space like that. Freund. Ball down by Davis. There's Poyet. Keane's in the middle. 2-1. Well, an excellent move by Tottenham. And Robbie Keane scores his third goal for Tottenham. Excellent ball by Gus Poyet. It's Davis. Pressing forward for a third. Sheringham's in space. It's a good ball back to Davis. And there is the third. Excellent ball by Sheringham.
Walking out at any stadium is so special, special enough to make the hairs on the back of your neck stand on end. But with the best years of his career ravaged by injury, it means even more to Jamie Redknapp when he walks out to White Hart Lane this season. We caught up with him back in October.
It's quite soul-destroying at times when you have to keep going to the gym every day and the other lads are going out onto the pitch and playing football and you have to sit there watching the games. It's never nice. I had knee operation after knee operation. There was nothing I could do about it and they were very serious. But touch wood, things have gone well since then. I went over to America for some surgery and I've near enough been involved in every game this year for Tottenham, which is something I'm very pleased about. I had to put a lot of effort into to get myself in a position to play football again.
Jamie arrived at White Hart Lane last April on a free transfer from Liverpool. At 29, he's keen to make up for lost time, and with the ability to illuminate a game with passing alone, it's no surprise that Glenn Hoddle was keen to have him at Spurs. He can get stuck in as well.
Oh, he's an excellent footballer, yeah, I think he is. Not because he's my own son, but I think he can really play. And I think without the injuries, I think he's had a nightmare. He's had 2 broken ankles, and he at Wembley broke his ankle against Scotland in Euro '96. When Terry, I think, was really looking for him to come into the side and be a major part of the team. Terry Venables, but that's how it goes. He's come back. He's in good form now, so his life's good.
Jamie's career began on the south coast at Bournemouth, not exactly a footballing hotbed, but there was an obvious link. His father was manager there. A lucky break early on, perhaps, or perhaps not.
In some ways, the people say you might get preferential treatment, but at times I felt that he was probably, there was times I thought I should have been playing and he wouldn't play me, and I was like, that's a bit unfair, but in a way he was holding me back. I was only 16 at the time, so it was great experience for me. It really was, and Dad was, there was even a few of the players said, "Cool, you should be playing this week," and I'd be on the bench. But I couldn't really say, look, I'd be sat around a dinner table asking me Dad why I weren't playing,
6 months later, and after just 13 matches for Bournemouth, Jamie made the surprise move to Liverpool in January 1991. He later went on to captain the hugely successful treble-winning side of 2001, despite missing most of the campaign through injury. After 11 years at Anfield, Jamie headed south again to kick-start his career when long-time admirer Glenn Hoddle sought his services. Glenn knew he was getting an experienced pro who has never courted the media's attention. Forget the good looks and a pop star wife, Jamie's more than happy to shun the limelight.
The way we want to express ourselves is by me playing well at football and by Louise doing her singing well. And I think that's how we tend to keep it. It's never... It's something that we've tried never to court. I met Louise and we just liked each other, started dating, got married. Simple situation like the next person. But the reason perhaps because people say that we're not is because Louise is a famous singer and I'm a famous footballer. But I think we're as down to earth as the next people, and I think that's how we like to keep it as private as possible.
A man with few airs and graces, he's gone about his recovery in a typically quiet and efficient manner. While many would have succumbed to the numerous injuries, Jamie's lifelong love for the game made sure he'd pull through and reap the benefits. And he clearly hasn't lost his touch along the way.
He was always playing football, and I really could never see him like that feeling. He would never want to do anything else, and that was how it was with him,
My life is pretty much football, as a lot of other footballers are. And, when I go home, obviously I enjoy being with my family life and got a couple of dogs and we take them for long walks and things like that. But I think more than ever now, the life of a professional footballer is if you want to stay at the top, you have to be very dedicated, and going out and doing things at the wrong time is not advisable.
Unfortunately, a freak foot injury cost Jamie the second half of the season, but he recovered to take part in the last 2 games. Hopefully next season we'll see the potential that's never been in question, but which for one reason or another has yet to fully blossom.
I think Glenn likes him. I think he thinks he's a good player as well, and I think everybody who works with him thinks he's a good pro and a good player. He's a good trainer, lives for the game, You know, football is his life, and I think all the managers that he's worked with, Graham Souness, Kenny, I think they're all big fans of Jamie, isn't it? Roy Evans, so that's nice.
I feel I'm playing at a top level with Tottenham, and I'm really enjoying myself at the moment. So if I can keep going like that, I'll be very happy.
It was top versus third at Anfield, where Jamie ran out to the familiar sounds of "You'll Never Walk Alone" ringing in his ears. Liverpool had suffered just one defeat in their last 27 league games. That was against Spurs at White Hart Lane in April. In an absorbing contest, Danny Murphy gave Liverpool the lead in the 72nd minute with a curler from the edge of the area. But we hit back through Dean Richards with just 8 minutes to go. It looks set to become one of our best away performances in the Premiership under Glenn Hoddle until Michael Owen's late intervention. Stephen Carr upended him in the area, and Owen made no mistake from the spot. Rivalry between Spurs and Chelsea has been keener than ever in recent years, and with fifth playing fourth, this meeting at White Hart Lane looked like being more significant than usual. Stephen Carr made his 200th league appearance as we continued to search for our first win over Chelsea in the Premiership. Gus Poyet faced his former club, while Teddy Sheringham partnered Robbie Keane up front. Graham Lasseau was out with flu for Chelsea, so Celestine Babayaro returned after missing 8 games with a calf injury. And Claudio Ranieri picked Gianfranco Zola to play alongside Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank in attack. Commentary this time comes from Ian Crocker.
Carr. That's a lovely cross, and Robbie Keane so close to the opening goal in this London derby. How teasing and tantalising was that from Stephen Carr? Jody Morris. Hasselbank. It's a second bite at it. Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank, and it crept past the post. Keller fuming that he was allowed to get the shot in anyway, and you don't really want to give him any sort of space there. Lampard going back to Cudicini, and now Desai had a little lash at Sheringham, and Rob Styles has given Tottenham the free kick. Foolish really from Desai, the ball had gone. Redknapp, Keane and Carr standing over the free kick. It is Jamie Redknapp! Oh, what a spectacular save from Cudicini, who I think had to change direction a little bit then. Might have seen it late. Stunning strike from Redknapp. He was going the other way, Cudicini, and had to quickly check himself. Dad would have been proud, and Mum, and that got in. Now, De Lucas has suddenly found himself through, and he couldn't steer it towards goal. Richards just did enough to put him off. And the ball just wouldn't keep up with Enrique De Lucas. There are normally goals when these two teams meet, but not yet today. Sheringham and Redknapp over the free kick. White Hart Lane holds its breath. It's Teddy Sheringham's turn, and Cudicini is there again. Doesn't matter who tries. Cudicini is dealing with them at the moment. Stephen Freund. Redknapp. Davis. Stephen Carr doing what he does best, and Robbie Keane's header goes over. Look at Stephen Carr tearing away, teasing centre. Keane clambered above Gallas, but it sneaked over. Simon Davis getting ready for a long one. And Poyet is in there, and so is Sheringham and Gus Poyet. It would have been a dream to score against Chelsea, even though he loved his time with them. But Carlo Cudicini was once again where it mattered for Chelsea. Spurs are upping the ante, and Redknapp's corner. Teddy Sheringham's effort, and Cudicini again, absolutely outstanding. What a goalkeeper he has developed into. Incredible reactions. Celestine Babayaro. Zola running into the channel to great effect, and he was caught. Carr pleads his innocence. Marcel Desailly will certainly pose a threat here, but he's not the only one. Oh, and it's come off the post, and Gudjonsson. Not sure what he was trying to do then. Babayaro had a go, and Gudjonsson yet might have another go. It's gone in towards Desailly. Spurs might consider themselves a little fortunate to survive this. Melchiot seemed to get the first flick. Desailly couldn't force it over. Stephen Carr. Oh, and another chance goes begging for Tottenham and for Teddy. Certainly a case of game on there in the second half. Both teams giving it a real old go now. Here is Ida Gudjonsson, and just as he was about to shoot, well, the free kick's been given actually against Freund, who claims he won the ball. Rob Stiles convinced that he tapped the man first. Rob Stiles making sure the ball has gone back. High tension, high drama at White Hart Lane in the Barclaycard English Premier League. Here comes Gianfranco Zola. Oh, AC Keller was scrambling across, but from the angle that many were watching, it looked like it might be going in. How far away was it? That far away. I think the stanchion behind the goal.
We should have won. I felt we deserved to win the game with the chances we had, and the save certainly the keeper put in. But that's his job. That's what he's in there to do, and he's a very good goalkeeper. He's improved over the last 2 years.
Sadly, we couldn't build on that good performance at the Stadium of Light, where we lost a league game for only the second time. 2 goals in as many minutes from Kevin Phillips and Tor Andre Flo midway through the second half secured the points for Sunderland. It was disappointing against the side we'd beaten in our last 5 Premiership meetings. Card for barely touching Ashley Cole. And minutes later, a second yellow for a 50-50 challenge with Patrick Vieira, which meant we had to play the remaining 63 minutes with 10 men. And with 20 minutes remaining, Sylvain Wiltord fired home from close range. Some feet need to be classed as deadly weapons, implements of raw power, speed and accuracy. They command respect, take them for granted for a split second, and their owners will make you pay. Take a bow, Robbie Keane. The club's latest acquisition has had a long journey to White Hart Lane via Wolves, Coventry, Inter Milan and Leeds. All this, and he's still just 22. caught up with him while he was trying out his new Nike Mercurial Vapor boots, the lightest in the business. His critics say his boots have done rather too much travelling for one so young, but not our Robbie.
Oh, I've been fortunate enough to, as a player, some of the clubs, you know, and been given a chance to play one of the best clubs in the world, you know. But in football, sometimes under different circumstances, you just have to move on. For me personally, I need to move on to play football. I mean, nobody can take that away from me.
Could it be that Robbie has at last found a place to call home? He's being used as an out-and-out striker and has experienced players to give him support and the supply he needs. The manager knows all about precocious talent.
He's got an ability to beat people and open up and make a spare man for us, and that's something that we haven't had. You know, we've got good players at the club for different reasons, you know, for different abilities, but Robbie can do that. He's got quick feet. He's probably got the quickest feet I've seen, and the more we get him in and around the penalty area, coming on to things, I think that's going to be invaluable for the club.
The young man from Dublin has had a remarkable couple of years. Out of favourite Leeds at the end of last season, he was a key part of the Ireland side that so nearly reached the quarter-finals of last summer's World Cup, an event that captured the imagination of his countrymen. Keane's amazing last-minute equaliser against Germany sparked mass hysteria back home and turned him into a national hero. He went on to score against Saudi Arabia and again as the Republic were cruelly knocked out in a penalty shootout against Spain. It was an amazing experience.
The whole experience of the World Cup was tremendous for me. You know, totally enjoyed it. And as a kid growing up, you always dreamed of playing a World Cup, and to score in a World Cup was even a bigger dream. You know, it was a great experience for me and something that I'll always remember.
The man who blooded Keane in professional football is Mark McGee. The current manager of First Division Millwall realised the player's potential when he was a 17-year-old at Wolves. He knew he was looking at something special.
He had that ability to move the ball, to retain the ball, to get the other side of defenders when you didn't really see a possibility to do that. Very difficult to get the ball off him. You know, our own defenders in training in those first weeks, you know, had never played against him because he'd been in the youth team and were being left bamboozled. People like Keith Currell were commenting, you know, that they couldn't believe the boy's ability.
It's an ability that's been worrying defenders ever since. The skills he displays in his warm-ups are sometimes enough to strike fear into the opposition. He's developed the full range of ball juggling to complement his natural pace and hunger for goals. So we thought we would give him the opportunity to show you just what he can do. But how important is his relationship with the ball in a match situation?
Now it's something that I've always been doing as a kid, just practicing my skills, and you know, definitely, you know, on the pitch it does help you, you know, to juggle the ball. If you just keep juggling the ball for age and ages, it's only going to improve your touch, you know, and it definitely will help you on the pitch.
So has roving Robbie Keane, who's cost £38 million in transfer fees, finally found a home. Spurs fans will certainly hope so. After 5 clubs, maybe North London will see his very best.
I wanted to settle when I was at Inter and at Leeds, you know, but as I said, on football, sometimes in football, you know, things happen, and you know, hopefully I'll be here. I've got a 4-year contract, and hopefully we'll be here for the duration of that, and you know, hopefully even longer. I believe it's a good club that's going places, you know, and hopefully with Glenn Hoddle there, I'm sure we'll win a few things.
So new boots, new team, and now there's just one more question to answer. Can we have our ball back, please?
Love it.
Well, Robbie ran his former employers ragged as we quickly cast aside the disappointments at Highbury with a superb performance against Leeds. Our Irish star was involved in everything and made it a miserable return to White Hart Lane for Terry Venables. Commentary comes from Ian Crocker.
Venables feeling the heat at the moment, and he might be feeling it a bit more now because Robbie Keane is bearing down on goal, and Lukic has dug it out, but following up for Spurs was Teddy Sheringham. The captain shows the way to goal. Terry Venables helped Tottenham take a quick throw then, didn't he? Robbie Keane got held up by Lukic, but it fell invitingly at the feet of Sheringham. Still had a fair bit to do, mind you. Anderton, Robbie Keane. Sheringham, Keane wants it back. He's got it back. Struck it well too. Might have just stung the palms of Paul Robinson. Benjevcevic. Keane. It was Burns' challenge. But Tottenham would try again with Christian Ziga. Benjevcevic delivers. Oh, and Carr came in. We're inside the final 5 minutes of the first half. It's fallen kindly for Poyet. Robbie Keane! Oh, yes! It had to happen, didn't it? And trust it to be a stunning strike too.
Second goal for Spurs scored after 40 minutes and 38 seconds.
Robbie Keane sold by Leeds to Spurs. Comes back to haunt them. Well, Leeds are going to get a free kick out of that. Stephen Carr, the offender. Mark Viduka might fancy hitting this. Viduka is always swerving away from its intended target. Been top scorer in both his seasons at Leeds, Viduka. Well, Leeds have certainly been ahead on the bookings front. 7 players booked, but Tottenham ahead on the goals front.
Next, the trip to St Andrews, where we faced a Birmingham side who could climb into the top half of the table with a win. That despite being hot favourites for relegation at the start of the season.
It's a golden chance for John. Oh, straight to Keller's hands. Spurs defending again. It's a long-range effort and a good save by Keller. Carr brings it down well. Nice touch by Sheringham. Good ball out by Anderton too. Ziga gets forward. Sheringham's in the middle. Teddy Sheringham gives Spurs the lead 10 minutes into the second half. He's deadly from there, Teddy Sheringham. The best header away by Richards. There's Savage. Well, he got it at the second attempt, Keller. Well, ball down, good control. Good ball out too. There's Kenner. That's inside. Oh, it's still Kenner. Oh, he's found the net. He doesn't score many, does Jeff Kenner. But he's cut inside and he's scored the equaliser today.
At the start of December, Bill Nicholson and Harry Redknapp wanted to see if we could continue our excellent home form. Gary Mexon's West Bromwich Albion were the visitors, the first time we'd played the Baggies in the Premiership. Commentary comes from Alan Parrott.
It's come out to Teddy Sheringham. Keane wanted it early, and Alan Wiley sees that as a free kick. Clement just lining things up from the goalkeeper's perspective for some reason. It's in! What a start for Tottenham Hotspur. 2.5 minutes gone, and and Christian Ziege finds the net. Well, they didn't line up that wall too well, did they? Oh, good skill again from Roberts. And that's not a bad ball. Hughes is well placed in the middle here. This time, it was a glaring chance for Clement. And again, West Brom have missed it. Oh dear, that's an awful miss. Anderton. That's a lovely first-time ball, and they're in trouble. Keane could make it 2-0, and have. Well, isn't that just football typified? West Bromwich Albion playing so well, threatening an equaliser. One mistake in their own half, bang, they've conceded another goal. Now Keane's given onside. Can he make it 3? Wonderful save by Russell Holt. He got something on that, I'm sure. Tackles going in, but West Brom are winning their fair share of them. And here's Doby. Good effort! Oh, what a good strike that was! Now West Bromwich Albion are back in business. Scott Doby, the substitute, with an excellent finish. 18 minutes to go, it's 2-1 and game on. An intriguing match that is still in the balance here, but maybe not now. Is there a handball in there? Everson goes down, and it's gone in! An unbelievable goal. Player trying to claim it. It was an almighty mess. There could have been a handball, there could have been a foul. It's ended up a goal.
We were never really secure, never playing well. And quite honestly, if they'd have had some finishing boots on in the early stages, we might have found ourselves, 2-1 down. So it's an honest assessment. But in there, we know, the lads know that they haven't played well enough. And but it's a good sign if you've not played so well and you're winning.
Before we knew it, we were facing Arsenal again, this time at White Hart Lane, where we had a great chance to avenge the events at Highbury. Despite all their recent success, the Gunners hadn't beaten us home and away for 14 years, and the ever-present Casey Keller was out to ensure it didn't happen this season.
King. Ziege. That will be a free kick. Anderton and Christian Ziege standing over the free kick. Ziege has been known to blast a few from this range. And Christian Ziege does just that! Oh, wow! What a stunner! And what a start for Spurs! And Spurs, who have suffered so much against their North London neighbours in recent times, have taken the lead in this derby. It's 1-0 to the Tottenham. Ben Hoddle looking for his first win as a manager in a North London derby. Spurs looking for a second, and Gus Poyet's got a corner out of that. And Arsenal having some serious defending to do here. So much so that even Freddie Ljungberg has been forced back. And Spurs fans already on their feet. It's Anderton to whip it in. Seaman got nowhere near it, and it was off the line, and Seaman grabbed hold of it eventually, but it was Ashley Cole who rescued Arsenal then. It was so nearly 2-0 to Spurs. Parler given away, and Sheringham trying to be a nuisance. Arsenal looking edgy, and the ball comes in their box. It's going to come in there now from Robbie Keane, and it might still fall for Sheringham. Well, they were together in the tunnel as they led out their teams, Teddy Sheringham and David Seaman. There's no way the Spurs skipper was going to pull out of this one. Just over half an hour played in the Barclaycard English Premier League. It's Tottenham 1, Arsenal 0. Christian Ziege's Fantastic free kick, separating the sides. Spurs definitely the dominant force. A lovely flick there has opened it up for Stephen Carr, and he still could be in. And what a chance here for Keane! Oh, it's off the line again! And again it's by Ashley Cole. 2 goal line clearances from Cole have foiled Spurs. Ziga, Darren Anderton. It's picked up by Perez. This is better from Arsenal. It's Freddie Ljungberg, sends it in. Oh, and Casey Keller with a wonderful save to deny Thierry Henry. And Arsenal, who have offered so little in this first half, nearly came up with so much. Parler, determined. Ljungberg. Henry. He might still get to that, you know. And Casey Keller came out. And the decision goes against Spurs. A penalty. And what will the colour of the card be? Well, he was going quite wide. So it's just a yellow card. Now, he didn't get to the ball. He took the man. It's a good call from the referee. It's a massive moment in the North London derby. It's Robbie Perez, and it's 1-1. And Perez continues his scoring spree on these occasions in North London. There it goes from Freund. It's bouncing. Could be a break on here for Henry. He broke from inside his own half to score a super solo goal against Spurs at Highbury. He's doing the same again here, although set it up for Bergkamp, and it cannoned off Carr, and Arsenal were so nearly in front. It's cleared by Carr. Sheringham was mugged by Parler. It's scooped up by Keller, who replaced the injured Neil Sullivan towards the end of last season, Casey Keller, and kept his place in the side. Sullivan has been out. Oh, here's a chance for Keane! Oh, what a stop from Seaman! David Seaman and Robbie Keane are having quite a battle. Cole. Stephen Carr put the pressure on. Freund delivers. Oh! Just wide from Poyet. The chances are stacking up for Spurs. Sooner or later, they're going to have to take one if they are to record a famous victory against their oh-so-fierce rivals.
I think everyone that sees that game will say that we deserve to win it. We did enough to win it. I'm very proud of the way we played. I think that's probably the best we've played, certainly this season. I felt we had a good balance between creative football and a real passion to win the game.
Main Road has proved a happy hunting ground in the past. We've only lost there once in the Premiership, and that was back in October 1994. So would Christmas come early for us on our last visit there before Manchester City moved to their new 48,000-seater stadium next season? Glenn Hoddle certainly hopes so. Commentary comes from Alan Parry.
Tiato. A bit too far forward for Distan, but he's kept possession nonetheless. Boe. Sun Ji-hai. Now Anelka tried to slide it back to Sun Ji-hai. It's broken to Berkovic. That's a splendid ball. Tiato and Carr in a committed challenge. Well, as we've already seen, both these teams like to play adventurous, attacking football. They can both score goals. I'm sure if you're a neutral, you could be in for a very entertaining hour and a half football here. And we almost had a goal. We still could yet. Anelka unable to force the ball home. when it fell to him after Keller had made a one-handed save from the initial effort. Now, how did he get on the ground, Berkovic? Was he tripped by Freund, who's already been yellow carded? Got to be careful. Horlock's free kick. Oh, it's gone straight in! Howie got the touch. Keller with the despairing dive. Couldn't keep it out. And Manchester City get the goal they deserve. 29 minutes gone. Waving players away from him before he gets on with this throw-in, eventually. And Tieta wins it straight away for City. Given away then by Foe. And given away too by Tottenham. Berkovic. It's a good ball. Foe a little slow onto it. Here's Davis. It's a clever ball out. Ziga. And long comes Anderton. Good pass from him. Finds Keane. On again to Ziga, who hit it and it deflected. And with 37 minutes gone, that counts as Spurs' first goal attempt. And as a result of it, their first corner. And they also get their first goal. Yes is the answer to that. It's Perry, of all people, who sneaked in round the back, unseen by the City defenders, and Manchester City have shot themselves in the foot once again. The rarest of goal scorers, Chris Perry. He hasn't scored for over 2 years. It was a brilliant corner, and he gambled, and the gamble paid off in spectacular style. Anderton now for Spurs. Dangerous ball in, and an awkward run, and Ziga produces a magnificent save by Schmeichel. He rolled back the years with that, didn't he just? Lovely ball from Anderton, then on from Davis to Keane. This time he's onside. He's got Everson up in support as well. And he looked for him. Oh! Would you believe it? Davis appeared from nowhere and Tottenham Hotspur are in front. How have they done it? Even their loyal fans, I'm sure, can't believe this scoreline. Brilliant break, lovely ball there from Anderton. Davis it was who fed the ball through to Keane. I thought he was going to look to hit it towards the penalty spot where Everson was. He went beyond him, and Davis had just continued running forward, and it's his effort that finds the net from close range. Keane, in a one-on-one like this, who usually wins the race. Got 2 players to beat them. Call it 3. There's another one arriving. He needs some help, doesn't he? He doesn't, you know. He's won his team a corner. Well played, Robbie Keane. That is excellent play. Christian Ziga will take the kick. Oh, yes! Once again, they've been let down by sloppy marking, and Gus Poyet surely clinches the points now for Tottenham Hotspur. 2 of their goals coming from corner kicks. How bad is that from City's point of view? Tottenham's excellent record at Main Road is set to continue. It'll be their 4th win in 6 Premier League visits, unless there's something very dramatic in the offing. Well, there's a goal in the offing, that's for sure, and a quite brilliant one by Ali Benarbia at that. There may not be enough time left for it to make any significant difference, but his first ever goal in the Premier League wants a savour. Well, I did say right at the start that any neutrals watching would probably enjoy this game. I think it's safe to say I'm right. It has been a wonderfully entertaining match, and it's not finished yet. On it goes, and still a chance for City to save it. Incredible ending. Huckabee did brilliantly, then hit it straight against Robbie Keane. They still haven't heard the final whistle. They have now. It's all over at Main Road in a pulsating Premier League fixture here, which has seen Tottenham beat Manchester City by 3 goals to 2. But the bare facts of the scoreline do not do justice to a wonderful 90 minutes of football that had just about everything.
Every Christmas, the players visit local hospitals to give presents to sick children. Gus Poyet, Casey Keller, Stephen Freund and Gary Doherty made new friends in the Treasure Island ward at Barnet Hospital.
At least they can see a free player, and I think it's good for everybody, for us as well, no? To see these little kids with happy faces.
I think it's really helpful for parents and for the children to give something back, because we have a wonderful life.
Rip that thing open, see what you got there.
We play a game for a living, and you realize that that it is just that it's a game, and we all enjoy it, and it's a lot of fun. But there are some very serious things out in the world that a lot of people are having to deal with. So our hats off to everybody who are in these situations. And like I said, if we can give that little bit of a cheer to somebody at this time of year, then fantastic.
On Boxing Day, we welcomed Charlton Athletic to White Hart Lane. We hadn't beaten our London rivals at home since April 1999 and almost pulled off one of the comebacks of the season.
Good ball by Parker. He's got past Perry. No challenge being offered. There's Yule. Oh, it's 1-0. Oh, White Hart Lane's been stunned into silence. "14 minutes gone, and Yule gives Charlton the lead. There's Yule again. He's got past Keller, he's got it again, and he's doubled the lead. Oh, Jason Yule, 4 minutes into the second half. Keller came out, got a bit of luck though with the rebound. Ziga. It's a good ball forward, nice header by Everson. There's Keane, 2-1. Spurs back in it. Good long ball by Ziga. Excellent header by Everson and a great finish by Robbie Keane. There's Davis. Everson at the far post. 2-2. Well, some festive cheer at last for the home faithful. Now with 3 minutes remaining, Everson opens his account for the season, and a fine leap it was too. Spurs won all 3 points. There's Keane. That's a great ball for Davis. Everson!
The match ended on a sour note when Christian Ziga was sent off for a second yellow. Worse still, Christian had to undergo a leg-saving operation later that night and was out until the final game of the season. So Bobby Robson welcomed Chris Hughton to St James's Park for our final match of 2002. Sadly, a late revival wasn't enough to turn around a 2-goal deficit for the second time in 3 days. Gary Speed put the Magpies ahead in the 17th minute. And Craig Bellamy's blistering pace set up Alan Shearer for the second. Glenn switched to 3 up front in a bid to salvage something, but our 6-match unbeaten run came to an end despite the best efforts of Nikos Dabizas. It was a frustrating start to the new year at St Mary's, where we failed to take our chances and paid the price. A bit of luck and we could have taken the lead in the second half. But 8 minutes from time, James Beattie claimed all 3 points for Southampton. And to make matters worse, the Saints beat us again in the third round of the FA Cup 4 days later. Back at White Hart Lane, we needed a boost against an Everton side who were enjoying their best campaign for several years. Casey Keller kept his place in goal and was in for a busy afternoon, but Glenn did make 3 changes to the side that lost in the Cup to Southampton. Teddy Sheringham was injured, Stefan Freund suspended, and Ben Thatcher dropped. In came Stefan Everson, Darren Anderton and Gary Doherty.
Let's run through the 2 lineups once again, starting with our visitors Everton.
American international Brian McBride made his debut for Everton.
Now starting is number 25,
And Espen Barton, who began his Premiership career at White Hart Lane, received a late call-up after Richard Wright was injured in the warm-up. Wayne Rooney was suspended along with Thomas Gravison and David Weir. Joseph Yobo and Alessandro Pistoni returned from injury in defence, and Steve Watson and Lee Tye in midfield. A total of 6 changes for David Moyes, who shared a joke with John Gorman before kick-off.
A tentative start from both teams, but you might expect that. They are looking to give themselves a lift, to give themselves a hope of European football via their league position, and it opens up here for Everton, and they have taken the lead. And what a start for Brian McBride! An incredible story. The American international, who's only just arrived on loan, was thrown in at the deep end today with Rooney and Campbell out. He quite likes the deep end. A fine finish. Spurs yet to settle, but hoping to get into their stride now. And Stephen Carr hoping to make great strides. Came off Gary Naismith. Spurs are biting back. Anderton. Carr. He's done well. He's done very well. And Stefan Everson tried to attack it. That was a over-calm header really from Alan Stubbs. Spurs looking for a quick reply to Brian McBride's goal. Oh yes, it's in! And it's Gus Poyet, captain for the day. He leads by example. Davis won the first header, Poyet won the second. Bordson scrambling. It is 1-1.
Minutes and 6 seconds from number 14, Gus Poyet.
Yobo launches one. Oh, and a header from Steve Watson of all people. And Casey Keller stretching. Everson. Cut out by Pistoni. The turn was from McBride. Perry beat Martinsky to it though, and now Stephen Carr can go on his merry way. And Carr's hit troubled Espen Bordson, his former teammate. Stephen Carr getting back to his best. He missed all of last season through injury and the World Cup, of course. Foyer. Anderson. And onside. What a chance here for Keane. He's taken it. And Spurs are in front. And you can see what it means to Robbie Keane. Keane was living on the edge, but he was onside, and as soon as he took that ball, you kind of knew what was going to happen next. Spurs have turned it around. Carr. Still going. Now Carr with time to deliver. He does just that. And Simon Davis is foiled by Bourtson. And now Leeds. Teasing cross. That stops. Beaten away by Casey Keller. Naismith and Gebel, the corner combination. Gebel's delivery is not bad. And it is an equaliser for Steve Watson. Well, he has scored in both his starts this season, having been troubled by injuries and been a bit part player for much of the campaign. Steve Watson suddenly plays a big part. Here's Keane, and Spurs are in front again, and it's Robbie Keane again. A feeling of deja vu as Keane celebrates. Is the Chinese international Li Tie. Oh, and it comes from Raczynski. It's 3-3. What an incredible game. Thomas Raczynski to the rescue for Everton. All mistake from Stubbs, and Robbie Keane burst towards goal. He has done it! Hat-trick hero and superhero for Tottenham Hotspur. The Spurs fans simply adore him.
2 minutes and 53 seconds. A hat-trick for number 22.
Seconds remaining at White Hart Lane. It's away by Ledley King. They've just got to keep the ball now. It's all over. A 7-goal thriller at White Hart Lane. Robbie Keane, the main man, though, with a hat-trick. A stunning hat-trick too.
First hat-trick as well in the Premier League, so obviously it's extra special, and my family came along today from Dublin, so yeah, it's nice, you know, but we made it hard for ourselves.
Next came a trip to Villa Park, where we were looking for a season double over Graham Taylor's Aston Villa, who was struggling in the bottom half of the table.
So Anderson with the corner. Deep to the far post, Richards! Oh, he's hit the post. Not clear though, Bunjevcevic plays it back in. It's Keane! 1-0! Oh no, the flag's up. Great ball in by Goran Bunjevcevic. Well, tight call. Tarico didn't get it clear at all. Paying the price for it now. Oh, what an opportunity that was for Ian Taylor. Anderton. Good ball out to Carr. There's Sheringham! Teddy Sheringham on the volley. Great ball in by Carr.
Found it for years whenever you've come to Aston Villa that you don't get a lot of chances. You know, they used to play 5 at the back for years and 4 at the back again today, and chances are always few and far between. But when that one came, it was sweetly struck and flew in.
The January transfer window saw the arrival of a new player, Kazuyuki Toda. The Japanese international midfielder joined the club on a year's loan and was unveiled before a home game against Newcastle United.
It's my pleasure to be part of this club, and it was my desire to play in England, and now I am very excited.
As it turned out, the Newcastle game was extremely frustrating. Gus Poyet had what looked a certain goal ruled offside in the 52nd minute, and just as we looked to have secured a well-deserved point, Jermaine Janus struck a cruel late blow to steal victory in the 90th minute. Into February and a daunting trip to our bogey ground, Stamford Bridge, where we hadn't scored in the league since October 1996. Chelsea's outstanding keeper Carlo Cudicini hoped to thwart us in goal once again, and this time Ida Gudjonsson partners Zola up front. Stefan Everson replaced Robbie Keane, who was missing with a swollen ankle, while Maurizio Taricco came in for the injured Dean Richards. So could we damage Claudio Ranieri's Champions League aspirations? Rob Hawthorne describes the action.
Now Gudjonsson. This is Gallus. Now Lampard. Gronkiar with his first real opportunity to get into the game. Takes on Taricco. Zola! Smothered by King. Zola again! And Keller gets it away. Already the diminutive little Italian causing problems for Spurs. The angle was narrow, which made it difficult for him, but he got both shots away. Zenden's ball in, left by Petit, cleared by Taricco. And Carr gets to it first. Importantly as well ahead of Lampard, and he's made a break on here with 2 up against 2 back. The other Spurs player is Davis. And he's looked long here for Teddy Sheringham. Chelsea have plenty back now, but can Sheringham get it right? Kunjevcevic, blocked by Terry. Sheringham. Stefan Everson looking for Davis, good control, Simon Davis! Wonderful save. And here's Sheringham, driven right across. But what a big opportunity that was for Simon Davis, and an all too familiar story for Spurs, because Carlo Cudicini, who kept them at bay at White Hart Lane in November, has already produced a magnificent save to deny Davis. As so often this season, Carlo Cudicini proves a 100% solid last line of defence. Carr. Davis. Poyet with a flick on Anderton! Yes! Teddy Sheringham was following in. Chelsea are furious. They feel there should have been an offside flag up against Sheringham. Cudicini's raced from his goal to protest, but Spurs have got the lead here. Driven across to Sheringham. And his 7th goal of the season gives Spurs the edge. Sheringham. Anderson across. Poyet! Another great save from Cudicini, as Poyet almost sunk his former club. Great stop again from the Chelsea goalkeeper, who continues to play at the top of his form. Here's Gronkiar. Beyond Zola's reach. Only headed away as far as Lampard. Good save. And Zenden. And Zola looks to get it in, but it's cleared by King. And Spurs survive. The pressure there was really on between Zola and Terry to get to the follow-up after Zenden had lined it up for them. But Ledley King got back. Sheringham with the header behind. Lassau's kick. Gallas and Desai were both forward for it. Zenden the victim of a push by Davis. That's a Chelsea free kick. Zola's kick! What do you say about that? A delivery to leave you absolutely breathless and applauding in admiration. Even the Tottenham fans have to have a grudging admiration for that. A quite wonderful kick. Now Melchiot. Bronchiar pushed by Sheringham. Well, Zola's produced one magical free kick already. This might favour the left boot of Graham Lassau. Lassau who bends it in. Lampard! Well, Keller seemed to realise the danger of it late. He was on the ground, and the flick from the Icelander actually in the end took it away from goal. Gallas. Lassau. Now Gudjonsson, neatly away from Bunjevcevic. It's Jesper Gronkiar. Away by King. Now Petit. And Gudjonsson! Good save. And King gets in his way for the rebound. Gronkiar. And away by King again. Well, Ida Gudjonsson then got away all too easily from Tarico. Gallas. Now Petit. This is Lassau. Here's Ida Gudjonsson. Lassau. Now Lampard. Slips Melchiot through. Here's Ida Gudjonsson. Good save, but Melchiot's there. And Keller saves again. He couldn't hold on the first time, but he did the second, the Spurs goalkeeper. But Mario Melchiot will look on that as another opportunity wasted. Glenn Hoddle just making sure one or two players are focused. Desai. Here's Poyet. Sheringham. Poyet. And it's Etherington. Stopped by Cudicini, and Terry prevents any sort of follow-up. And that was an opportunity for Etherington, a half chance perhaps from that sort of angle. And Tottenham still can't beat Chelsea in the league, but for the second time this season they've drawn with them. There was hope they might get that long overdue victory when Teddy Sheringham put them ahead in the first half. It's finished Chelsea 1, Tottenham 1.
Hi, I'm Casey. Come on in, mind the dog and the builders. We didn't move into this house until almost Christmas last year, so it was a difficult first 3-4 months with my family being in Madrid and myself being in a hotel trying to find a place that we could all feel comfortable with. We've been very happy with the choice that was made, and you know, slowly but surely we're trying to get, you know, the house the way we want it. This room is kind of the gym and the pinball room and everything else, but started taking wallpaper off and the walls started coming off, so they're being replastered and taped, and it's been a process and one that we're
fortunately seeing the end of. In there got totally redone and is on the verge, but it has a wall that needs to be plastered and new windows in that room, so that were rotten. So lots of nice little projects.
You know, I played, 4.5 years for Millwall, then went up to Leicester, and Leicester was only 2 hours out, so we used to come down to London quite a bit at that stage. The kids have hampered that a little bit, and then obviously going off to Madrid, but even when we were in Madrid, we spent our first Christmas back in London, and now we've moved back, and it's really, for the most part, it's been a home away from home. I've got everything cleaned up. It's always a joy. I think in the most places I've been to, I got the house right just in time for us to move someplace else. So we're hoping that this isn't the case, that we get the house the way we want it, and then we're actually going to be here to enjoy it. I really want to establish myself as the #1 goalkeeper here at Tottenham for several years to come, and so I'm taking every game as it comes, and try to play as well as I can every time I'm on the field. Once I had broken into the team and played well, then I felt a lot more at home, and so now I feel like a key, contributing player to the team, kind of that senior pro, being able to talk to younger players and all that kind of stuff. Robbie Keane made me feel old the other day, though, when we were talking, that he said, yeah, when I was a kid, I used to watch you play at Millwall. I said, oh, thanks, Ledley. That was, it's always nice to know that I've been around the block that long, that the guys I'm playing with used to watch me as they were children, but oh well. This is pretty much the only place where you're going to see anything that resembles football. A lot of times when we were here previously in Millwall and Leicester, each year we'd kind of say, okay, let's go find, what antique are we looking for, that will fit in this area. And so we kind of picked the odd piece because there's a lot more antiques in Europe than there is in America, so we figured when we go home it would be, nice little additions. Right now I'm really enjoying myself at Tottenham and see myself here for the next couple of years, no question, but this is a funny, I say a week in football can be a long time, and who knows what's around the bend.
Sunderland travelled to White Hart Lane with their confidence in tatters. They'd never beaten us in the league at home and found themselves 5 points adrift of safety at the foot of the table. To make matters worse, Robbie Keane returned from an ankle injury to lead our attack, while Dean Richards replaced Anthony Gardner, who'd suffered a torn hamstring. Howard Wilkinson looked like a man living on borrowed time. Rob Palmer witnessed our biggest win of the season.
Keane now to Anderton. Call for a left footer, and it's flicked in by Poyet. Quick movement by Tottenham Hotspur, hypnotised the Sunderland defence. It's McCann. Little teaser from McCann. Keller's lost it. Phillips scores it. And he looks and he can't believe it. He's equalised. Well, so bad has their luck been this season that Phillips obviously thought he was offside as he took the ball and nonchalantly put it in there, expecting the flag that didn't come. Chris Houghton, who's this week been elevated to assistant manager of the Republic of Ireland team. Oh, the keeper left it! Awful defending in the final seconds of the first half is seized upon by Doherty. Carr. Anderson. Lovely backflip. This would be a great goal if it's scored by Davis. He takes the credit, but there are a few involved in the intelligent build-up to that. Lovely move. Anderton, Poyet, Davis, 3-1. Alco chips it in. In comes Piper. King. There's fight there. It's a chance for Sunderland. Oh! Very, very close. Anderson. Free header. Fourth goal. Notably the 300th for Teddy Sheringham. The triple ton-up. Happy 300th Teddy.
It's lovely to get the milestone of 300 straight away, but I think the performance in the second half especially was very good from everyone concerned today. Bit tough in the first half, and we was lucky to come in at 2-1 at half-time, but from then on we upped our game and got against them, and then produced from there.
Last season we beat Fulham 3 times. This year we already knew they were a much improved side, but this was our chance to make amends for the defeat at Loftus Road, and Sven was there to see an entertaining, if ultimately frustrating, encounter.
Good interplay again, Marley, and he leaves it to Boamorte. Yes! Fulham take the lead. 15 minutes gone at White Hart Lane. Tarico determined to keep it in play and has done so, and finds Anderton. What an effort by Darren Anderton, superb from that range. Taylor turns it over for a corner at the end of the best move of the match. Lovely flowing football here by Spurs. And just kept in play brilliantly by Anderton. Dean Richards with a header. Up goes Ledley King. Oh, brilliant! Oh, so unlucky for Ledley King. The ball striking bar, and then I think it came back out onto the post as well. And here's a chance for Davis, and he goes down under the goalkeeper's challenge. It's a penalty, and it might be a red card. It is a controversial moment at White Hart Lane, and Mike Taylor, having been the hero moments earlier, is now the villain of the piece. Teddy Sheringham to bring Tottenham level, and he has. The substitute keeper's first job is to pick the ball out of the back of the net, and it's all gone horribly wrong for Tigana and Fulham. Fulham are going to defend deep, and hope to hit Tottenham on the break with the pace they have. But here goes Carr. That's a good ball, it must be. Unbelievable miss. Achimovic should have given Spurs the lead. Omey finding Boamorte, and Saha's got himself into a good position again. It's Louis Saha against the bar, back towards Malbronc, and Keller has it safely gathered. Fulham so close to what might have been a winner.
March was a month to forget. At Upton Park, we faced a West Ham side desperate to avoid relegation, and a former White Hart Lane favourite desperate to prove himself against his old club. Les Ferdinand didn't let the scriptwriters down. Just 6 weeks after leaving Spurs for regular first-team football, he gave West Ham a 31st-minute lead to ease the pressure on Glenn Roeder. And a mix-up at the back 2 minutes into the second half allowed Michael Carrick to secure 3 valuable points for the Hammers. Mauricio Tarico scored his first goal for the club to give us a 49th minute lead against Liverpool, albeit with a little help from the hapless Jerzy Dudek. But we failed to build on that good fortune, and just 2 minutes later Steven Gerrard threaded the ball through our defence to Michael Owen, who doesn't miss from there. Gerrard was involved in Liverpool's second goal, this time setting up Emil Heskey. And we were caught by a superb counter-attack as Gerrard saved Liverpool's third for himself. Young Jamie Slabber on his senior debut set up a late consolation for Teddy Sheringham, but sadly it was a case of too little, too late. And just as we look to have rescued a point from a hugely disappointing month, Gary Doherty brought down Yuri Djorkaev with seconds remaining at Bolton. And JJ Okocha stepped up to beat Casey Keller with the last kick of the game. With 3 wins from their last 4, Birmingham looked capable of avoiding the drop. Steve Bruce's only problem was a goalkeeping crisis, but could we exploit it?
His header, Horsfield, just past the post. King plays it forward. To the safety of Andy Marriott on his debut. Well, Keane's behind him. Marriott hasn't seen him. Robbie Keane, well, will you see a cheekier goal than that all season? Absolute nightmare for Andy Marriott on his debut. Totally unaware of where Robbie Keane was. Clements, low corner. Fine save there by Keller. Good effort though by Dugarry. Here comes the corner. Off the line by Tarico. Not clear though. Davis will get it away. Well, Keller's down. And Birmingham won't kick it out. That's what the boos are for. Ball into the area, headed clear. Oh, Poyet, he's all over him. And no hesitation, the referee points to the spot. So it's Devlin against Keller. 1-1. Keller clears long. Time's running out for Tottenham. Oh, there's Poyet! Oh yes, Gustavo Poyet! With 2 minutes on the clock, makes amends to the penalty howler. And what a volley!
A week later, we travel to Ellen Road, the former home of Robbie Keane, who was given a warm reception by the Leeds United faithful. Robbie was keen to show them just what they'd been missing. New boss Peter Reid, who'd taken over after the dismissal of Terry Venables, was desperate for the points.
Headed away by King. There's Viduka. He gets it back. That's a good turn and a good shot. They deserve more, to be honest. Took it down well and turned in one movement. A good ball forward. There's Kuehl. He's found Viduka, who's in space. 1-0. You can't give Mark Viduka space like that. Kuehl found him. Anderton with the corner. Poyet's up. In it comes. There's Sheringham! Fine header by the captain. They held the lead for 6 minutes. Carr. There's Keane. Oh, it's still Robbie Keane. And still Robbie Keane! 2-1! Well, 2 minutes after getting back into the game, Robbie Keane scores against Leeds, just like he did in November. Well, Keller comes out, and it's a penalty. Well, the linesman gave it straight away. Keller's furious. He did bring down Harry Kewell. Viduka, 2-2. It's a good ball out. Oh, desperate defending, but Keller's there.
Good Friday quickly turned into Bad Friday. We just never got started against Manchester City. David Samail put Kevin Keegan's side ahead in the 3rd minute. And Nicholas Anelka inspired the 2nd. Joey Barton eventually finding the target in the 20th minute. It was a goal and a game to forget. On Easter Monday, we travelled to the Hawthorns, where Kazuyuki Toda was given a full debut after coming on as a second-half substitute 3 days earlier.
Richards comes up from the back. Davis has found him. There's Keane. Good save by Russell Holt. It's not out of play yet. Another good save. Cuts out and gets it back again. Good ball in, there's Dicchio! Oh, 1-0 to West Brom. Good ball played in to the far post, and Dicchio rose first. Bunjevcevic. Keane. Oh, nicely played with Sheringham. Robbie Keane! That's the equaliser. Well, that move was classic Tottenham. Give and go, and no mistake. Clement with the free kick. Oh, straight through the wall. Keller's furious with the defence there. Positions himself right in front of Russell Holt. Keane. Bunjevcevic! Oh, he's hit the post. Sheringham! Oh, Teddy Sheringham made no mistake. Goran Bunjevcevic was so close to his first goal for the club. But when his header hit the post, Sheringham was there. That's a good ball forward by Ledley King. There's Robbie Keane. Oh, what a finish, Robbie Keane! Oh, so many times this season, Robbie Keane has found the net. He had work to do there.
The game against Manchester United saw Casey Keller at his very best. Time and again, he pulled off superb saves to deny a side who was surging irresistibly towards the Championship. It took United 69 minutes to break the deadlock, and you could sense their relief. Ruud van Nistelrooy's customary goal secured the points in injury time. Malcolm Christie opened the scoring against a run of play at the Riverside, and 5 minutes of madness then paved the way for a miserable afternoon. Chris Perry was controversially sent off for this challenge on Zillard Nemeth, and to add to our misfortune, Keller saved Juninho's spot kick, only to see it spin across the line where the Brazilian tapped home. Nemeth scored himself from close range in the 28th minute, and despite the introduction of Jamie Redknapp and Matthew Etherington at half-time, we found ourselves 4-0 down 6 minutes after the interval, when Massimo Macaroni scored his first goal in 7 weeks. One bright moment, a stunning free kick from Redknapp, who'd returned to first-team action after 5 months out with a toe injury. Johnny quickly made up for lost time. Juninho set up Macaroni's second and Borough's fifth. The final whistle couldn't come too soon. So to the final day of the season against a Blackburn side looking for the UEFA Cup place that we had hoped for. The fans turned out to say goodbye to Teddy Sheringham, who was playing his final match for the club after more than 240 league appearances. And he would partner Spurs' monthly player of the season, Robbie Keane, for the last time. Rovers began well and went ahead in the 5th minute through Dwight Yorke. And for the second week running, we were reduced to 10 men before half-time. This time, Gus Poyet was sent off for a collision with Gary Flitcroft. Rovers made the most of their man advantage, and Craig Hignett grabbed a crucial second on the stroke of half-time with a classic volley. 3 minutes after the break, Damien Duff put the game out of reach. And Andy Cole bundled home a fourth on the hour mark. The result meant we finished the season in 10th spot, and it was a sad end to a glittering Spurs career for Teddy Sheringham. But the Spurs fans gave him, Stefan Freund and the rest of the team an emotional send-off during the traditional end-of-season lap of honour.
Great professional. You know, in 2 spells at the club, the service he's given the club has been magnificent, and he got a fantastic ovation from our crowd, which was thoroughly deserved.